So for step 21, the rear dampers, well, you can see we've got quite a few pieces here. So I've got them all ready to go. And then of course we've got our springs. So I'll set this up and we'll put these together. So let's start off with this side here. You can see that the way this is to go, there's the hole and the hole there. This has to go into the cylinder like that. And then we grab one of these pieces right here and pop that into place over top so it doesn't come out. And then we're going to grab one of these pieces, and you can see that we need to put the spring over top of that. And there is a collar, which you can see is one of these. So that's going to slide on top of it just like that. And then these two pieces, basically, you push in and turn. If I can get that right. Just like that. Super easy to build. And they're pretty, I mean, they're all right. It's a friction damper, or commonly called the pogo stick. This isn't going to offer that much dampening, really, but they are what they are. But I may update this to oil-filled shocks. But for now, that's how it is. So let's do the same thing with the other one. So if we grab this, you can see we've got the hole there. So we grab the cylinder, turn that around, make sure that it matches that hole. And you can actually see on this piece here, there's a ridge on the right-hand side, so that when this goes over, that is the correct way for it to be sitting there. And then we've got the ring again. So if I put that ring on, and then we'll put the spring, and then we've got this, which is going to sit, and then when you turn, it's in place. Just like that. So there are our two rear shocks. So now we can move on to step 22, and we're going to attach those shocks to the chassis. So for step 22, attaching the rear dampers, you can see that we have these step screws, and then A10 and A11. The smaller one is at the top, bigger one is at the bottom, which we then have to attach to the lower arms there. And then of course that shock brace that we put on one of our first steps, that's where the top's going to go. So there are the long step screws. There's our shocks that we just finished building. And then these are the plastic washer bits that are going to be installed before these go through. So I'll set this up and we'll put this together. So let's work on the top one here first on this side. So you can see that the step screw is going to go through at this side. It's going to go into the small A11 plastic washer, and then that is going to fit into the top right here. So if I grab my screwdriver here, we will screw this all the way in. And this is going to the hard plastic, so when you get to the end, we pretty much are going to know that we've reached it. There we go. Almost. There, we're all the way in. So now for the bottom, well, now the step screw is going to come in through the other side, and it's going to go into the shock, then into the larger A10 piece, and then it's going to go into that center hole right there. So if I hold this up just a little bit here, make sure that this goes in properly. Just want to make sure that goes all the way in. And there we go. So there is one of our shocks in place. So now we just need to work on the other side. So same thing. And on this, we've got the top, we've got the screw. So the screw is going to come in from the front. We go into the shock, into the small A11 piece, and we're going to screw that into this hole right here. Just like that. Now I just need to hold this a bit here. There we go. And again, once we're at the end, you're going to know. There we go. Can't go any farther. So then at the bottom, reverse this again. This is going to go into the shock, then go into the larger plastic washer, I guess you could say, and then into the lower arm. So I think, just like I did on the last one, I think what we'll do is we'll do it this way. I'll use my thumb to push it up. And screw it in. Yes. Make sure it's going in most of the way. Yep. Now I can hold it this way. And there we go. And remember, because this is going into the softer plastic, so you don't want to over tighten at the bottom. So there we go. There are the two rear shocks in place. So step 22 is complete. So now we'll move on to step 23 and attach the rear body mounts.